Okay, so welcome to Special Topics in EIA and Climate Change Decision Making. We have a slight change of programme. We've got some very, very interesting talks. We've got a slight change of programme as James Berner from the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, unfortunately his wife broke her shoulder, so he's been unable to come to the conference. We're very lucky that we have Elizabeth Gordon, who is going to step in and speak in his place, and that is purely luck, so we look forward to hearing from Elizabeth. We'll then hear from Alex de Cherbonat about displacement and resettlement and adapting to that due to in climate change adaptation projects. And we'll hear from Nick King on the biodiversity assessment and climate change. My name is Ben Cave. I chair the health section for International Association for Impact Assessment. So it's fascinating to be here and meet lots of new faces to IIA, which is very exciting, and also coming from health impact assessment to be learning a lot about climate change and the way in which that's brought into different impact assessments. I think today we're going to hear some very interesting talks which are trying to pull different streams together. We have three excellent speakers and we have an hour and a half. So the speakers will speak for between 10 and 20 minutes and we'll have plenty of time for discussion. So with that, I'd like to hand over to Elizabeth. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Hello. Uvlumi, good afternoon. My name is Liz Gordon again. My Inuvialuit name is Angadju. I grew up in the Arctic all my life. I've seen climate change for years now happening around my region. I've seen landslides happening. Sorry, this is really emotional for me. Years ago, when I was younger, the graveyards that we used to dig up for the dead, we used to have to use jackhammers. And now, when we dig a grave, it just fills up with water. The ice roads that we have, that I drive on now. My son, I have a 5-year-old son that might not even be able to drive on an ice road. I'm asking, please don't give up on what you guys are trying to do. I heard from somebody that the Prime Minister just sinks back in his chair when he hears about climate change. To me, this makes me sick. Usually, Inuvialuit people is quiet and nice people. Well, I'm tired of being nice and quiet. I want to see change, and I want to see it now. Researchers and decision makers should work more closely together. We have to start working together to make things work. I wish I had pictures to show you where I come from. I live through this every day. At our whaling camp now, we have landslides. And our Muktuk now, when we do the whale hunts every summer, we got to make sure we dig a hole big enough so we don't ruin our muktuk, so we can eat it and we don't have to get botulism from it because it gets too warm. And they're saying climate change is a stressor. It is to us. We live through it every day. We're losing our ice. Our climate change has been happening. I see it for years now. I'm going to say again that it's just been happening. Up north, we see it. We live through it. And we have to adapt to it. And we have been adapting to it. I just thank IAIA for doing this every year. Climate change. I traveled all the way from Inuvik, Northwest Territories, Canada, to be here. And I was hoping I could be a presenter or say some words. And I thank you very much for letting me come up here. I could say so much more, but it's just really hard. And I wish we could do something to change it. And we're trying to do it. But we need the government's help. We need everybody's help to try and change stuff. Thank you. Taigu Koyanaini.